Recording
Good
declared has
morning.
begun. And good morning and welcome to today's remote New York City Council vote for the Committee on Women and Gender Equity. At this time, will all panelists please turn on their video for verification purposes. Thank you for your cooperation. Chair Diaz, we're ready to begin.
Good morning. I'm Councilmember Donna Vanessa Diaz. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Chair of the Committee on Women and Gender and Equity. Today, the committee will vote on Councilmember Mark Traeger's proposed introduction number 1085B, which is related to civil legal services for domestic survivors who are party to a divorce proceeding. The committee will also vote on Councilmember Carolina Rivera's proposed introduction number 2372B, which is creating a 2-year look-back window to Gender-Motivated Violence Act and extending its statute of limitations. Before we move on, I would like to welcome my colleague from Brooklyn, the one and only Councilmember Mark Traeger, to say a few words on this bill.
Well, thank you to the dynamic chair, Councilmember Darla Diaz. Thank you so much for your leadership and for making today possible, and to all the members of the committee for your extraordinary work, your service. It is an honor to be with you all today. So as mentioned, I am Councilmember Mark Traeger, and I'm very, very glad and happy to be here at the Committee on Women and Gender Equity on the vote for my legislation, Introduction 1085B, a local law in relation to civil legal services for domestic violence survivors who are party to a divorce proceeding. The bill was introduced in August of 2018. The world has changed a lot since then, but unfortunately, with the pandemic, we know domestic violence has only gotten worse. In May of 2018, the New York Times wrote an article called, quote, "Their husbands abuse them. Shouldn't divorce be easy," end quote. This article gave a harrowing insight into the struggle so many women face when they seek a divorce. The pandemic impacted us quite a bit, but I'm very happy we're still getting this done here today, because this is a good day now that we are one step closer towards passing this historic legislation. Because of this bill, victims and survivors of domestic violence can focus on their safety without having to worry about the cost of a contested divorce and a divorce. This bill will offer civil legal services for domestic violence survivors who are party to a divorce proceeding. Your safety shouldn't be determined by your income. No one should have to stay in an abusive marriage simply because they can't afford a divorce lawyer. As we know, domestic violence impacts all of our communities across the city. This is such an important bill during a very important time, and I'm so grateful to all of those who have worked with us to make this bill a reality. Thank you so much, Chair, and to members for your support and leadership.
Thank you for your creativity with this bill. It's been no secret. I've shared time and time again, having been a survivor of domestic violence. So thank you. Thank you again for your creativity. And for your group, your committee that put this together, the legal team, that, you know, it's a must-do. It's another common sense bill, if I may say so myself. In the absence of Carolina Rivera, we are going to move forward with her bill for vote today. At our last hearing, there was overwhelming support for her bill, and that's why we're choosing to move forward in her absence. She asked to be excused from this hearing. In closing, I'd like to acknowledge this will be the last time I'll be chairing the committee as a chair. I have been humbled to conduct hearings that touched on very important topics that impacted women, LGBTQTI New Yorkers, including but not limited to menstrual equity, women's experience in city jails, and the domestic and gender-based violence. I feel pretty successful. Thank you to all my colleagues for being supporters to my endeavor, as well as passing legislation in support of women's right to abortion, especially given what is going on in the Supreme Court right now, and establishing an advisory committee on female genital mutilation and cutting. Horrendous. It's been an honor and privilege to be assigned to the Women in Gender and Equity. Truthfully, humbling as a junior member to have been assigned to such a committee humbles my heart. My daughter has enjoyed this moment as well, knowing at the personal sacrifice as my child and my family that I was honored by such a committee. Again, thank you, all Women Lead. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Definitely honored I like to, before I move on to the vote, I like to thank my Chief of Staff, Karen Cherry, for your support and leadership. Cherry Coxum, my Ledge Director. Brenda, who's not with us, is on maternity leave. Thank you for the hand-holding from day one. Chloe Rivera, my Senior Policy Analyst. Thank you, Chloe. Even on vacation days, she was with me. All those Sundays meant the world to me. And not pressing it. Issa Wright, the Finance Unit Head. I apologize, not leaving you out. The buck stops with her. Thank you again. And finally, as we move on, I want to turn it over to Billy for vote. Thank you for your patience with me, Billy.
Of course, no problem. Good morning, William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Women and Gender Equity, proposed introductions 1085B and 2372B. Both items are coupled. Chair Diaz.
Aye.
Thank you. Combo.
I want to just celebrate Chair Dharma Diaz for your incredible work, for your enthusiasm, for your passion. While your time as chair has not been long, it has been very productive and very impactful. And it's been an honor to serve with you. I know this is also bittersweet as we are all transitioning to, not all, but most of us are transitioning to our next stage in life. And I really look forward to your next chapter and what it's going to bring. And I know it's going to be phenomenal because you bring so much passion to everything that you do. You've been a real stand-up chairwoman, and I just am excited to see what comes next. I vote aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kalos.
Aye.
Thank you. Rosenthal.
Well, of course, I want to associate my name with Councilmember Cumbo's comments. I definitely could not have said it better. So thank you, Chair Diaz. And just huge congratulations to Chair Traeger. I remember the hearing we had when you were asking questions and noticing the fact that that victims of domestic violence are not covered by getting a free lawyer, as is the case in the right to counsel and housing court. And you just have taken this issue and run with it. And, you know, what we'll be doing is adding into the work that her justice does by providing free lawyers where, I don't know, it's just going to be incredibly impactful. So Councilmember Traeger, thank you so much for this bill. Congratulations to Councilmember Rivera. And with that, I vote aye.
Thank you. Lewis.
Congratulations, Councilmember. Sorry. Congratulations, Councilmember Traeger, and I vote aye. Thank you.
Thank you. Gennaro.
Yes, I wish to speak on my vote. Okay, I'm just going to go and do it then. And so, yeah, I'm really going to miss Dharma. It's been great sitting next to you and, you know, becoming your friend. And I look forward to our paths crossing again. And once upon a time in 2013, I gavelled my hearing to a close, thinking that I'd never be back on the council. And here I am, you know, imagine that. And I wish all good things for you, and going to miss you. And I look forward to, you know, interacting with you between now and the end of the session. I want to speak about Councilman Traeger's bill. I wish to be put on as a sponsor of that. My parents got divorced in 1967, and the next year, my mother married someone who was an abuser. Didn't go on that long, but you know, when my dad got that word that was going on, he said, something's going to be true in a month that ain't true now. is that this guy's going to be gone, or something, let us say, okay? And a month later, he was out of my mother's life, and I was 10 years old. And for that month or so that it went on, I just had to take it. And so, I mean, I wasn't the victim, but it was hard. So didn't mean to turn this into a weak forum, but this is what the issue of domestic violence does to people. It's the victim, it's the kids, it's the ex-husband who has to come in and say, this stops, or we're going to go for a ride, you know? And my father was a World War II vet, and trust me when I tell you that would have happened, you know? I'm not defending that. I'm just saying that's how it was, you know? So with that, as I said, I'm going to go on Mark's bill. I love the chair. I'm going to miss Dharma very much, and I'm going to miss a lot of.
I know where to find you.
Okay, very good, very good. I'm for that. And with that, I proudly vote aye, and I dedicate my vote to, you know, in tribute to my late mom, who was a victim, and my dad, my late dad, who was a hero. So there you have it. Thank you. I vote aye.
Thank you, Councilmember Janelle. Thank you. By vote of 0 in the negative and no abstentions, both items have been adopted by the committee. Chair Diaz, you can close at your convenience.
Before closing, I want to make sure that I also get added to the bill, the two bills. I want to personally thank Councilman Gennaro for telling his story. It's intimate, it's real, and it's impactful. I'm sure as you shared the story with me before, I get the luck of sitting next to him pretty much. It was touching and it's personal. And in telling our stories, we assist those that are not able to tell their stories, and we shine light. Again, thank you. Thank you all for being a part of my process and my journey. I love this. I couldn't have ended it a better way. This bill is amazing. Thank you, Councilman President. And for all those that follow my members, la cultura vive.
Gracias.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Just state the vote in case there was some background. The final vote is 6 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions. Thank you, everybody.
Chair Diaz,
Yes,
may I make a comment?
absolutely.
Thank you. Councilmember Gennaro, I admire you so much, and I just want to thank you.
Go ahead, Billy.
Thank you. Clarification of the vote on women and gender equity. Proposed introductions 1085B and 2372B were adopted by the committee, 6 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you.